If I'm not mistaken, Moorsley's even larger than during the Ubersreich scuffle. I've heard some of you have been looking for Katrine. Waste of time. She'll show herself when she's good and ready, I'm sure.
Loner and I were just discussing something curious. Something has obliterated the town of Untermais. No loss, but the area's crawling with unspeakables. Perhaps you should take a look.
It caught our attention that the Rotbloods are digging for something. Turns out they're after the lost monolith of Gulmagak. Cursed thing is said to contain the putrid soul of a long-dead Chaos Lord, and I dread to think on the immense power lurking within. Unfortunately, we'd need a score of wizards to even make a dent in the bloody thing, but Alicia has found a way to deal with it. For now, at least.
Do you ever feel like we're test subjects for Loner and Alicia's plans? Always untried, first-time stuff for us.
I trust her observations, and I trust her plan. Attack the buboes until the cavern is about to collapse, then make our way out. Simple enough, Lumberfoots.
Outgrowth and buboes? Doesn't sound like ale and coolger to me, Dory, but we've faced worse. Let's go, Trigbarassi.
For no reason. I was happy in there again.
Burn the face off together, ignore the armor. Heal before sun, for you filthy bastards. Back up to bitch.
Come on, down here! It's scurry as loud as a drumbeat. For the exiles, Ken.
Come on, man! My shield's up, get behind me!
Don't let it hit you!
necromancer? You're wounded.
Kill that fire rat. I don't want to burn.
That's a gas rat.
Die, filthy gas rat!
Looks like we're heading downwards.
Here they come.
I have taste of black powder!
That's how cut it off for you to do it. Fine, the mercy, after all.
Flame resistance shield, huh? Hook rat over there!
Into gloom. A gutter runner. Are you ready, mayflies?
Okay, the assassin's on me!
Hush!
Rattling gun!
You think a shield? Not me.
Up here, Dory!
I spy a healing draft! Oh, down it goes. Down here!
Good glory powers.
This is the path, Dory.
What was that?
Rat ogre!
The shadows hiding.
Doesn't it sound happy?
The gas rat.
Fire thrower! Move! Move! Move!
Rat ogre! Aye, rat ogre! I'm surprised you can stand yourself here. Someone's playing the ancestor!
Here, to the bridge! Don't fall in, darling. I'm gonna lose those shields. Get me one!
enjoy being broiled, wizard.
We're closing in, darlings.
Do you hear that? Rattling gunner.
Darkness.
This way! Across here!
Draft gunners. Someone draw their fire.
That rasping breath. A gas rat.
Run! That thing's gonna blow! Alright,
Get ready to scatter. That's a good rat.
I'm gonna have to fucking speedrun or something. I don't want to fucking deal with that again. Like, it's fucking been so fucking good. Fuck off, really? I'm tired of fucking tripping. Sign in? What the hell? I'm already signed in. Jesus Christ. What the hell? I can't think of fucking name. Restart it then. I'm offline for no fucking reason, too. Hold on. I have to restart that now.
Some companies still have HR stuck
Why
between
this fucking
employees
ad?
and their data.
I don't
And
give a fuck.
The first encounter with a Skaven is the tale called The Doom of Kavzar, an ancient Chilean poem with 13 stanzas. Copies of this tale have inexplicably disappeared from the Empire, but the tale is still known in Talea. The text reads as follows. Once upon a time, long, long ago, men and dwarves lived together beneath the roof of one great city. Some said it was the oldest and greatest city in the world, and had existed before the time of the Longbeards and Manlings. Built by older and wiser hands in the dawn of the world. The city lay both above and below the earth, in keeping with the nature of the populace that dwelt there. The dwarves ruled in their great halls of stone below ground, and wrestled the fruits of the rock free with their day-long toil, while the Manlings reaped the fields of swaying corn that surrounded the city with a patchwork blanket of gold. The sun smiled, men laughed, and everyone was happy. One day, the men of the city decided that they should give praise to their gods for their good fortune. They planned a temple such as the world had never seen before. In the central square, a colossal hall would be built, and topped with a single cloud-piercing tower. A tower so tall it would touch the very heart of the heavens. After much planning, and with the help of the Longbeards, they set about their monumental task. Weeks became months, and months became years, and still the Manlings built. Men grew old and gray working on that great temple, their sons continuing their work through summer sun and winter rain. At last, after many generations, work began on the great spire itself. Years passed, and the tower reached such a height that the Manlings found it ever more difficult to take the stone up to the top. Eventually, the work slowed to a crawl, and finishing the tower seemed impossible. Then one came among the men of the city, who offered his help in their great scheme. He asked a single boon of them in return, and claimed that if they grant him this, he would complete the tower in a single night. The Manlings said to themselves, "What have we to lose?" and offered to make a bargain with the gray-clad stranger. All he wished was to add his own dedication to the gods onto the temple structure. The Manlings agreed, and the bargain was struck. At dusk, the stranger entered the unfinished temple and bade the Manlings to return at midnight. Clouds swept over the moons, cloaking the temple in darkness as the Manlings left. All over the city, men watched and waited as the hours slipped past, until, near midnight, by ones and twos, they gathered again in the temple square. The wind blew, and the clouds parted as they gazed up at the temple. It rose like an unbroken